Now, November the 15th, stick that date in the diary, sees Frankie Dettori's new documentary, Dettori, good name for it actually, hit our screens in selected cinemas. He also has a brand new book out this Thursday, Frankie Dettori, Leap of Faith. I'm looking forward to reading that as well. The book details Frankie's departure from Milan for the UK in 1985. We are absolutely delighted to say that my former Question of Sport captain, rival, champion jockey, winner over 3,000 races, Frankie Dettori joins us in the studio now. Frankie, man.
Good morning. Yes, I made it.
Great to see you.
All those years you kept on asking me to come to the studio.
It's brilliant.
I made it.
And you nearly never.
I know. I must have Alan Brazil's headsets because they were way too big for me. We missed the big lad.
With the greatest respect, you could get 3 of your heads inside his headphones.
For sure. It's nice to be here.
Listen, thanks very much. It's brilliant to see you, man. We love you dearly. It's just fantastic you're here. Now, I've got to ask you, why now for the book?
Well, basically, I did, my last one was 2006. And since then, a lot happened. And I had a lot of pressure from everyone to tell my side of the story these last few years, and a lot happened since then. And obviously, with the pandemic, we have plenty of times on our hand, and here we go. And I guess when you write a book at my age, when you're 50, you don't really feel ashamed of the things that you've done wrong in the past. So I put it all in the book, and there's a lot of things in the book that people can relate. Obviously my childhood, tough parents, mistakes that I did. Races that I won, so it's a lot in there that people can relate to. So that's why I wrote this book, and I hope people would enjoy it. I mean, it's quite cringy when you read about your own life, but everything is in the book. Is all the experiences that happened to me. So I hope people would enjoy it.
You touched on it, Frankie. You said there that in doing the book, which is great at your age now, you don't feel ashamed or embarrassed about your life, which is great. Absolutely, you stay accounted for everything that you've done. Did you find it in any way kind of therapeutic, going back and writing about all those memories that you had?
Yeah, I did. I'll be honest with you, I feel like we change every 10 years, really, from 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. You with your experiences, then you go through in life. I think, especially in my case, I felt like I have changed mentally. What I was thinking at 20, I think completely different now that I'm 50. So
yeah,
and then talking about things now than I did in the past is probably a lot easier. And like I said, there is no one in this world that's done no mistakes. So to put it in a book, I didn't feel ashamed of doing it. Where maybe 20 years ago I would have been. So it was. I must say it was cringing at times remembering it, but also, like you said, therapeutic, and also nice to remember that sometimes mistakes shape a person's life.
Yeah. I'm going to say to you, in an era where I'm as guilty as the next parent for lifting my children, dropping them off at football training, picking them up from football training, they effectively hardly do anything for themselves now. Let's be honest about it. I'm as guilty as the next parent. You come over here at what, 14?
I was 14.
Didn't speak a language.
That's right. I'm by myself, and back in the day, being in Italian was like I felt like I landed from Mars, really.
Yeah.
And then I was picked at, I was bullied a little bit, and you have to adapt, and you have to keep your head down and move on, and you have to adapt. Different culture, different weather, different food, language barrier. So, but eventually I pulled through.
Did you watch kind of TV shows to pick up the language? Or
I did, actually.
What was your favourite one?
EastEnders, probably.
Oh my god!
But back in the day when Dirty Dan and all that. Angie and so I probably and watching. I was watching Blackety Blanks, the silly things like that, and Lily Savage. It was really mental. The TV in the 80s was great, actually. And we don't forget we led for only 4 channels, so so you were stuck in that, and now we got Sky, we got everything else. So
I want to ask you, Frankie, if I may. Clearly, racing was in your blood with Dad. Dad, what I would imagine would be a hero growing up. Who were your other heroes? A long fella?
I'll be honest with you. Being Italian, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a footballer.
Huh?
And I played in the local team. I was 7 or 8.
Never going to be a centre half though, were you?
No, absolutely. But then what happened? We all went on the summer holidays, and I came back. All my teammates grew a foot, and I didn't. So I decided to give that up. Obviously, my dad was my first hero. But then when I first came to England, obviously, the likes of Pat Edwards, Willie Carson, and Steve Cawthon, there was the guys I used to look up to. I mean, Lester at the time was a trainer, and then he came back riding. So I had the privilege to ride with him. But obviously, he's probably the greatest of all times, because he was 20 years in front of everybody else in the 60s and 70s. A bit like Tiger Woods was in golf 20 years ago. So, I raced with Lester when he was in his late 50s. So he was probably not physically as strong as he was in his youth. Yeah. But it was an honour to be in the same race with him.
Now, I know you two obviously did Question of Sport together, and like John Virgo, obviously, he used to say that Ali used to cheat at Question of Sport. Is this true?
Not really, no.
Thank you. Not really, no, or no?
It's not much you can cheat on Question of Sport,
exactly.
Really. Exactly.
What kind of questions are
listen, I'm getting asked to ask you the question, so I want to know.
No, but we had lots of fun. We had lots of fun. It was incredible, and I mean, we used to do kind of free shows at once. And time used to fly, and we met some incredible sportsmen.
Didn't we it was amazing.
Amazing, it was great. I really enjoyed it.
Fantastic show. Now, Frankie, I mean, there's that. I'm dying to read the book. The documentary will be unbelievable. Could spend hours with you. There's that many things I want to ask you about, but I want to go back. I want to take you back to the 7. Okay.
Yes.
Now, I hope you never get sick and tired of talking about it, because I'll never forget it. At what point did you realise something special was happening?
I think after race 5, then he kind of the world fell on me, because I thought, well, I'm one away to equaling the record, because 6 was the record of Gordon Richard, Alex Russell, and Willie Carson. They're the only 3 jockeys in 300 years won 6 in a row. So I thought, well, I'm one race away to equaling the record, and it was a close match, myself and Pat Edwards. So I won the 6, brilliant, and I thought, never in a million years when I started, I thought that I'd be in this position, to equaling a 300-year record. So everybody was kind of going crazy about the 7th, and the horse was completely out of form for Jama Crest. Didn't win for a year, and it was a 12-1 shot in the mornings, and I was looking up the board. It was 2-1 favourite, and
that was me that brought that in. I'd never known it. The mortgage, the house.
I'll be honest, and in my heart to heart, I thought, well, I'm not gonna let this race spoil it, because I can't see this horse winning at all. And I went out there with a very relaxed attitude, and that's possibly why I won, because I didn't feel the pressure that I was going to win the 7, because I really did not believe it and it could win. And then the rest is history. Then, I have people up to this day, 25 years on, coming up to me, thanking me, from all walks of life, taxi drivers, lawyers, people, nurses. Then they won some sort of money on the day.
Well, do you know what's happened now? Certainly, due to that, a lot of people, some of my friends included, they'll have a wee bet on a Saturday, and they'll stick a Yankee on, a lucky 15, and they'll just pick your 4 horses. That's what they do.
I know. And we came close again to a couple of years ago when I won the first 4 at Royal Ascot.
Yeah, I was there.
And I thought, oh my God, it's going to happen again. Yeah. Look, I'm very fortunate. I ride some good horses, and I'm still enjoying it. That's I'm lucky that I do a job that.
Well, that's my next question to you. You walked in there, and the first thing that Benty and I said, you're looking superb condition, mate. Fantastic condition. You're clearly still loving it. Are you just going to keep going as long as you possibly can? Yeah,
look, it's mind over matter. I think if you are happy mentally, obviously I'm going to train my body twice as hard as I used to in my 20s, but that's part and parcel of getting old. But I'm still enjoying it. I have not set a date on it, one day will come that I'll have to stop. But at the moment, I have no reason to stop because I still feel good and I'm still getting plenty of demands to ride, and may long continue. I mean, nowadays with the physios and dietitians and so on, most of the sports people carry on longer. Look at Federer, is still as good as in his 40s. So I mean, you never thought of that 10 years ago. So the magical age in the old days was like 50, and I'm already nearly 51, so I broke the mold. So I'm gonna carry on as long as I can still be competitive.
And so you should. Frankie, a big thank you. His new documentary, the unbelievably and bizarrely named Dettori, is out on November the 15th.
I was going to call him McCoist. I changed my mind.
He also has a brand new book out this Thursday, which will be an unbelievable read. That'll be Frankie Dettori, A Leap of Faith. He talks about his relationship with the Queen, his glittering career, and how he nearly quit the sport after his comeback. Frankie, never ever change, pal. Never change. We love you. Thanks
love
for
you
coming
all,
on.
guys. Thanks for having me.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods, Monday to Wednesday morning 6 till 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.